Welcome back, everyone. Here's the sixth video in the series of videos sharing the 5,000 pictures from our trip to Japan. Hope you enjoy. By this point, we were starting to get used to waking up early without setting an alarm clock. Breakfast was very different at this hotel as compared to the last one. Instead of a buffet style, it was a pre-made tray, although guests could also dish up some rice and curry and miso soup. They had a small container of natto on the tray, so I finally gave in and tried it. I'd been wanting to try natto for a while, but didn't want to waste it if I didn't like it. Well, it wasn't as gross as I expected, but I didn't really like it. I guess it's an acquired taste. Well, we wanted to go catch some views of Fujisan this day. It was supposed to rain the whole time and had already started, so we figured we'd do indoor stuff this day and save the outdoors for the next day. We headed out towards Sunpu Castle, hitting up the museum first. There was a ton of history about the castle and Tokugawa Ieyasu's part in Japan's history and the area. No pictures were allowed, so I don't have any in this video. Sorry. By the time we got done with all that, we needed lunch. For most of the trip, we wandered to find food, but in this case, we used Google Maps to locate something nearby. Turns out there was a small oden restaurant on the palace grounds. The oden was interesting. Mostly fish and other things simmered in a single rectangular pot of some mysterious brown broth. They had a picture menu identifying the various things, so it wasn't too difficult to order despite not knowing much about what was what. It was good, but different. As we made our way back to the castle, we passed a concert in the park. It was raining, so what few people were in attendance were huddled together under a canopy by the stage. The music sounded like karaoke, and the songs were a mix of Japanese and English. Then we entered the castle. Like many of the important places we visited during the trip, no shoes were allowed, and they had a station where you would leave them until the end. Pictures in the castle itself were okay. The architecture was really cool. No nails, just amazing design. There was more history and artifacts from throughout history. The signage was mostly in Japanese, although there was English on some of them, and also an app that could be used for tons of museums in the country. At the entryway, they showed us how to download it, input the museum we were at, and enter the number of the display to get information. Also in that castle, they had the room where Tokugawa Ieyasu studied as a boy, which was super cool. When we were exiting the castle, we chatted a bit with a couple of staff that were coming off duty. They were super nice. The lady told us that Shizuoka is famous for tiny models, and the man directed us to a good coffee shop, then walked part way with us. Turns out he volunteers part-time at the castle, but mainly is a rice and vegetable farmer with a plot of land not too far away. Super interesting. After the coffee shop, we went to a toy and model store. We were looking for cars, but instead ended up getting some Pokemon cards. For dinner, we located a nearby alleyway known for oden. It was beautiful, especially with the light rain that had passed earlier. Lanterns and fake flowers decorating it. On each side were sliding doors that led to restaurants, which could house maybe 4 or 5 customers at a time. Each looked full, but one guy waved us into his where we were the only customers at the moment. 2 more people came in just before we left, and that was all that could fit in there. The oden was similar to what we experienced earlier, but the atmosphere was totally different. We learned that this guy had been running this shop here for 50 years. He was 74 years old. His part-time help arrived to do the dishes while we were there, and she seemed to be maybe 10 years younger. We kanpai'd with him and enjoyed the food, although we really couldn't tell what most of it was besides the tofu. I think one of them was congealed fish, something or other. The pot looked like he maybe only changed out the simmer sauce once a week, so my husband wasn't too keen on it. We hit up a KFC on the way back to the hotel to fill him up the rest of the way. which I wasn't too keen on the taste of the KFC there. So yeah, both sides. Then we relaxed and watched some Netflix before going to bed. Well, that's it for this video. If there's anything you want to know more about, put it in the comments below. I'll post the next video tomorrow, so make sure to like and subscribe for more.